genuinely feels like I've woken up in a dream. How nice is this morning? It is insane, glass calm, and we've just parked up the kayak on this beautiful looking sandbank where I think we're going to start fishing. We might as well just start here, and we're going to do something a little bit different to start off with. We've got a big surface lure rigged up, and we're going to be fishing the shallows by actually wading. So we're going to be walking through the water like this, trying to find some flathead. Oh, look at that. You're kidding. I don't know if you guys can see right where my lure is. That is a big flathead lure. Probably a 70 centimeter fish, or 65, 70 centimeter fish from right there. Let's have a little look around. There could be some smaller ones or other ones. There we go. Two others. One there, a little bit hard to see, and one there, flathead country. That's what we're in this morning. And it almost looks like perfect drone conditions. Should we get the drone up initially? I do have the drone with me today in this little bag here. And I'll tell you what, I reckon we'll get it out. I reckon we'll get it out this morning. Pilot Nev reporting for duty. I can't believe there's a big flathead lure right where I parked up the kayak. Very fitting. Let's get this drone up in the air, take off. Get up there, little buddy. Let's just take a look at how good this morning actually is, because it is as good as it could get. You can see we've got a big sandbank right there on the left. And if we pan around just a little bit more, we'll be able to see that sun right there, which is beaming down. It's going to be very hot today, so I'm hoping that'll fire up the flathead. Oh my goodness. Take a look at that. That is the sand flat which we have to work with this morning. And you can see that it is crystal clear. It looks perfect. It looks perfect. See if we can find out where we are. There's me. I'm parked up on this tiny little spit here, right next to the deeper water. So we're just going to have a look along these sand flats and try and find a floodie. Oh, I can already see some fish moving around. Look at that. And that's a big flathead lure right there. Tell you what, we could find some big flatties parked up right along this drop off here. Is that a fish or a lure? Oh my. Is that one right there? No way, that's one right there. We've got a cast right under that drone at the moment. I'm not sure if it was a flatty, man. I think it's just a lie. If it is though, it's huge. Dude, that is a monster lie. Right in this gutter. Right there. Wow. That is like a big flatty, dude. That's what we're looking for. How nice these sand flats look. I love areas with little drop-offs and stuff like that. It's a big stingray hole. If you ever see boulders like that, that's from a stingray. Another clear flathead lure right there. Look how clear it is. There's one. Oh my goodness. We found one. Not too far away. How am I going to do this though? So I've got the drone over the fish, which is right there, but I kind of want to be, I might actually jump on the kayak to do this just so I can see the remote. How's that, guys? We've spotted a really nice flathead out there on the drone. It's about 20 meters out in front. It's a good fish too. I'm hoping he doesn't move. We've got a surface lure on, so if we do get him to eat, slowly creeping up to where this fish is sitting. It's right underneath that drone, which is about 20, 30 meters in front of me. She's after it. She's after it. Oh my god, she hit it. She didn't hit it. She didn't get it. Oh my God. She hit it. How cool was that? Can we get another shot at her? It's a good cast. Oh, the two of them. Oh. Oh my goodness, they're still there. Come on. Come on, get hooks. Come on. There we go. We got her. Oh my goodness. Tell me I'm recording that. On the drone. Yes. Oh, that is so cool. Surface on the drone. Big fish. Big fish. Very big fish. Oh my goodness. How cool was that? We just did that. We just did that. First thing in the morning, and we just got a surface eat from a massive flatty. It's huge. It's huge. Oh, please tell me I got that footage, man. Oh, it's monstrous. It's really big, dude. Oh, there was two of them. Two of them were fired up to try and get it. That is so cool. I can't believe that. That is so sick. They were so fired up. Oh my. Dude, I can't believe that. Oh my God. I was like, I'll try and get one on the surface today. Did not think it would happen. And if it did happen, I didn't think it would be, 15 minutes into fishing. It's really big too. I really hope we can get her in the net and just, it's huge. It could be a PB. It literally could be a PB. It's like monstrous. It'll be close to a PB, man. There was two of them which were like this size. That is mind blowing. Let's try and get her in the net. Try and get her in the net so we can say we landed her. And we'll get that drone down if we can. There we go. We've got her. It is an absolute monster. I can't believe I just did that. We've got to get that drone down. Oh my goodness. Mind blowing. Oh, we got the drone down. Look at the size of that lizard. It is huge. It has got to be an 80. Bigger than 80, I reckon. I feel like I need an hour just to compose myself. How sick was that? That has to be one of the coolest things I've ever done. They bite down so hard. Ouch, dude, it hurts so much when it, oh my goodness. Oh, no glove, Nev. No glove, Nev. Oh, dude, it hurts so much. No glove, Nev, with an absolute monster flatty on surface, on the drone. I don't think it gets any better than that. Absolute monsters coming up and eating it on the drone. I mean, look at that. That's as good as it gets. That is as good as fishing gets. That is just utterly epic. Okay, get her back in that net. Let's go give her a measurement. Look at the size of that fish. Zeroed out, all the way down to the end, 83. It's epic. Oh, big girl. Monster flatty. Look at her eyes are looking at us. That's as good as it gets. Big scan. 83 centimetres of flathead, slowly swimming off. But look how healthy she is. When you keep them healthy, I always try to keep my fish in the water the whole time. And that's what happens when you do. They swim off really powerful like that. Oh my God. We did it. That just happened. Let's just take a minute. Let's just take a minute to rewind some of that footage and take a look at all those buffs, because I think we had 4 or 5 buffs before we got the hookup. So you guys can see those right now, and the hookup was insane. Insane. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap this one up. What a morning. It is only about 10:30, but we ticked off a massive flatty on surface on the drone. I still can't believe that that just happened. Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining me on yet another one of my fishing missions. Today we have a monster ahead of us, a really exciting one where we're going to be trying to track down a monster dusky flathead, and we have a lot of different methods to try and do so. I've brought the drone out with me today, so I want to get the drone up. I've got surface lures, swim baits, big hard bodies. We've got all the gear today to try and locate a giant flathead, and we have the whole day to do it. And it's also going to be a really nice day, so I'm really looking forward to this one. It's probably as good as a day can get for fishing. Now, the plan for the morning, what I'm actually doing at the moment is just pedaling up to a sand flat, and then what I actually think we might do is just get the drone up straight away. We'll have a little bit of a scout out over the sand flat, see if we can find any flathead, and then I'm going to cast a big surface lure at them and see if we can get some big explosions earlier on. And then throughout the day, we're just going to be hopping from sand flat to sand flat, trying to locate some of these big girls. Order of this morning is to grab out the lures. So I've got a box of my lures here, different profiles. We've got hard bodies and surface lures in here, as I was saying. So we've got some really nice hard bodies. But I think we're going to start out using this big bent minnow, flathead love, big bent minnows. So we're going to tie this bad boy on. Oh, mullet just jumped like a foot out of the air. I don't know, you guys couldn't see that. Pilot Nev checking in for the morning. Up. All right, well, let's take a look at the area where we're going to start off fishing this morning. And as you can see, it's another beautiful morning. Nothing out of the ordinary for around here. It's just really nice, sunny. It's going to be no wind all day, as I said, and a little bit of cloud cover it looks like to start off with. But let's start to have a look down on these sand flats. There I am, pedaling over an already pretty good looking sand flat. As you can see, it looks really nice already this morning. Oh, I'm scaring a stingray. Look at that. I've just scared a stingray. Hopefully I don't scare any big flathead. You can pretty quickly see how nice this flat looks though. Look at the really nice drop-offs and depth changes, which flathead absolutely love. So that's what we're looking for this morning. Just going to slowly scour over this sand flat and try and find some lures. There's one. You're kidding, there's one right there. Yep. And that's a big girl. Well, let's have a first crack at one already. We've already found a monster sitting right on this flat. So big surface lure obviously, and we're going to try and cast that directly underneath that drone or a little bit in front of it so that we can work it straight over her head. It's a very big flathead. Oh. Oh, she's after it. There we go. Yes. We got her. It's a good fish. Yes. How was that? To start off the morning, everyone, we've got a beast. We've got a beast. That didn't take long. That was first fish we saw. Doesn't always go like that, I'll tell you that much. We landed that right in front of her. That's a good fish. Gave it heaps of time to pause, and she boofed it. This is a big flathead, everyone. This is an absolute monster truck. Damn, I can't believe she actually hit it. I was a little bit worried that we were going to spot her and she wouldn't hit it because she looked really big. See if we can get a look at her. It looked like a giant to me. And it feels really heavy. Surface lure monster. Oh, it's huge. That is an epic fish. What a way to start off the morning with a hook up from a really big flatty on the drone. Oh my goodness. Look at that croc. Oh, that's a beast of a fish. That's a beast, and we got her. How cool's that? And the lure just fell out. Oh, it was just pressure keeping it in. Simply just pressure. There we go. A little bit of multitasking with a big fish in the net. Let's get a look at this fish because it is an absolute monster. This is the way which we start off our mornings. Apparently it's an absolute beast. Okay, let's get a look at her because it is another absolute crocodile. Look at that. That is a mammoth of a fish. To start off the morning, we just got to that sand flat and got the drone up and instantly saw this girl. What a big bruiser. Obviously a big female, so now what we're going to do is quickly duck into shore and give her a measurement. That is so good. Literally like 4 or 5 casts into the morning and we've cracked a beast on the drone. Just give her a measurement and let her go. Oh, she's big. How big? I'm not entirely sure. Whew. Big girl to start off the morning, and she is 78 and a little bit, so beast. Absolute beast. Support the belly. Always support the belly. Let's cruise her off. First thing in the morning and cracking big fish. See you, big girl. We will meet again when you've grown even bigger. Okay. It's good when you get a fish like that to start off the day. That is crazy. What, like 5 casts in and we've already got a 78. So the goal for today now is to try and beat a 78 centimetre fish, which is an absolute cracker. So we'll see. What a cool eat. Came to the surface and just engulfed it. Man, I love this little drone. So cool. Takeoff permitted. Let's take off yet again for the 3rd time of this morning. Up we go. Let's go for a little bit more of a look around. It's really glassing off now. You can see it is perfect. Big stingray. Pretty cool looking critter. Oh, there's one. Oh, there could be 2. Oh, that looks really big. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see that. 1 and 2. 2 absolute monsters sitting near the stingray yet again. There must be like a lot of food which pushes through and the stingrays and the flatties both know. Oh, that's another good cast. Damn, they don't care. Oh, no. They definitely care. One's on it. Look at that. Go on, hit it. There we go. We got it. We got her. Yep. She hit it. Oh, how cool's that? The second eat of the morning. It's another big flatty. She's just swimming out. Oh, I felt the clunk of that girl. That's a big fish. Just try to get those hooks in. Make sure everything's... Oh, yeah, look at that. That's another beast. Wow. Oh, she's only on by 1 treble. How is this? Already the second eat of the morning, and there was another one with her. I don't know if she took off though. She's still there, the other one's still there. Yeah, it's a big fish. Really big fish. We really could get a shot at a second one. Put up a cracking fight. There we go. That's a monster. Cool. Second big flathead of the morning. It has been an hour and a half, 2 hours of fishing, and we've already got 2 really, really nice flathead on the drone. What is this? It's so cool. Oh, I can never get over watching them come up and just go doof. Let me know what you guys think of like this type of footage, because to me it's the coolest thing. Let's get a look at her. Oh yeah, she's bigger than the last one. I'd say this one's probably around 80, low 80 centimeters. This is an absolute tank of a flathead. What a fish. I'm not going to give her the stress of pedaling all the way to the bank and giving her, you know, proper measurement, but I mean, we can tell it's a beautiful fish. It's really, really fat. So cool, man. Really happy with her. That's a beast. Obviously, we're going to get her going, and just look at that big mouth, which is made for engulfing mullet. It's just a proper machine, these things, and we're going to let her go. There she goes. Yeah, look at her cruise off. Not going to give her any stress. Just quick hold up and let her go. It's just incredible what's going on this morning. This is the best, probably the best drone fishing action that I've ever got. Surface eat, landed it, and a hard body eat and landed it. I mean, doesn't get any better. Takeoff permitted. Well, it's fair to say that this flat right here in front of us has treated us beyond well. 2 amazing fish, and there's definitely more around. So we have the chance, not a high chance, but there is the chance of another one. So we'll fly back over and just keep looking. There's one. That looks pretty big too, actually. That looks very big. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh my goodness, look at that one. That one there almost looks bigger. I'm going to try get a cast in between both of them, I reckon. So we have one down the bottom you can see, and then one a little bit further up, which is fully buried in. So these ones I don't think have been spooked yet. How is there so many flathead on this flat? It's twisting my brain. Okay, we got the bent minnow back on. See if she hits the surface. These 2 right here look really big. It's a pretty good cast, that. Oh, she spotted it. Oh my goodness. That was sick. Oh, got off. No way she comes back after that. So we have another one right here. Fully buried in. But again, it looks big, so we'll see if this one eats. Man, oh, we got another big buff on the surface. Oh, I didn't even see that one. Whoa, got off again. Hopefully you guys saw that, but that was really cool. We just had 2 hits, no hookups. There's another one right here by the looks. Oh, that one came out of nowhere. That wasn't the one which we saw. That was not the one which we saw. There is a monster there. Well, that was really cool. As I said, the crazy thing was that was not the one which I saw. Look at how he's got that lure down. He's got that lure right down his gob. There he goes. Okay, we shake him off. How was that? He came out of nowhere. Another good fish. Good morning everyone, and welcome to Jurassic Park, the home of giant crocodiles, flying drone wasps, and my humble self. This morning we're out here flathead fishing once again, and we've got a whole day to do so. So you guys already know what I'm thinking. I want to try and get the drone up straight away this morning and try and find some big flathead. We don't have ideal conditions at all. We have a bit of wind about, and it's going to make it really, really hard to spot these fish. Either way, I'm going to run you guys through the whole entire day and just have a fun day flathead fishing. Flathead fishing is really fun. I'm really, really enjoying it at the moment, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We've got the usual combo out with us this morning, obviously 3 to 6 kilo black mamba rod, 2500 ITX with, 15 pound braid, 30 pound leader. I fish very heavy. I'm targeting that 1 meter flatty. That's what we all want, and that's what I'm targeting. So let's get into it this morning. I reckon we get out a surface lure to start off with. I'll tell you what, let's just use the same big bent minnow as last time. Big bent minnow. Look at that bad boy. If there's a big flathead around, hopefully we can get her to bite with that. Drone. How you looking, buddy? You ready to go flying this morning? I reckon. Okie dokie. Welcome to the rodeo, buddy. Pilot Nev reporting. Another beautiful morning in paradise. You can see that it's actually a little bit cloudy this morning. Got some nice cloud cover, but that sun is still peeking up. Going to get this drone up a little bit further, and then we're going to rotate downwards and have a look over these flats. There we go. Whoa, I'm actually on a flat right now. I did not even really realise I was on a flat, but we're going to go forward and start having a look. You can already see that it's going to be tough to actually spot a big flathead this morning. It's a little bit ripply, not really ideal conditions for drone spotting with a flathead, but we're going to give it a crack. We are going to give it a crack this morning. I've just got the drone flying out that way. I've always got eyes on the drone so I can see where it is in case anything really disastrous happens. But okay, we've got a nice little bank here to our right, you can see, so I'm just going to pan right along this drop off here. This looks like the perfect spot. Oh, there's a stingray. If it's deep enough for those fellas, it's deep enough for a flathead. Oh, there's a big flatty. Oh, there's a big flatty near the stingray. Well, that's a surprise. I would never have spotted him if it wasn't for that stingray, so thank you, stingray. That's a big flatty on the drone right now. Pretty sure. Yeah, it is. He's sitting sideways. Wow. Well, I thought it was going to be near impossible to spot one this morning, I'm not going to lie. But we spotted one and a stingray. So if we foul hook the stingray, we're in a lot of trouble. But if we hook the flathead, we're in for a lot of fun. Risky game. You can see the drone sitting right there. Haven't lost eyes of it. It's a big flatty. Oh, is he still there? He might have moved. Sugar. Well, that makes life a little bit harder. We had a big flatty on the drone. There's another one there. That looks huge, dude. Oh my goodness. There's another one. Far out. Alright, we got to pedal over to that. That is a monster, everyone. That is a monster. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've seen a flathead that big on the drone before. That thing's ridiculously big, everyone. We have to get there. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Bigger. Let's get a cast out. Oh, that was shocking. That was as bad as a cast can get. The wind's making life 10 times harder. Tweaking out, I can't get underneath that drone. Oh, I don't think that was the one. I don't even know if I got that on the drone. Oh, that wasn't even the one. We got another one, dude. I don't even think we got that on the drone. Oh my goodness. That was a different fish. Wow, there was 3 giants there, dude. And all the others just spooked. That is a monster though. That is a monster, but it's not the ones we saw on the drone. You've got to be kidding me. I thought my cast was right under it. Really big. It ate it off the surface too. Oh, that is huge. That is huge. We definitely found flatties on the drone, but we've picked up another one, I think. I don't think it's one of the ones which was on the drone. It's still a monster though. Oh, that is epic. Damn, I wish we got that eat on camera. We still could have. Really big girl, look at that. Look at it. Let's try to get her in. Wow, it's huge. Oh, it's still a monster. That's a giant. Okay, now we need to focus on getting the drone down. Well, that just shows how many big fish were actually there. There was 3 monsters. Oh, how's that? He ate it off the surface too. I want to get this hard body out of her. Built really thick, this one. Oh, this is a big female. Oh, she has the biggest belly on her you'll ever see. That is an absolute cracker, and what a fat flathead. That has a massive head and massive belly. Oh, so fun casting big lures at these big girls. What a amazing fish. That is awesome. Let's get a measurement. Oh, big girl. So cool. Bigger than what I thought, to be honest, so it's good we gave her a bit of a measurement. She is zeroed out all the way down to 81, 82, 83, almost 84 centimeters. 83. 83. Let's get her going. How cool is that? Another beast of a flathead going back over the depths. Man, I'm not 100% sure if we got that eat on camera, but either way, what a beautiful fish. That was cool. That was a very cool way to start off the morning. Giant flatty, 83, and on this hard body, which I've never caught one on before. Big pop face hard body. Actually ate it off the surface too, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think some of those other ones which we had under the drone were bigger than that, dude. They looked monstrous. I actually think we might have got the small one out of that group. Pilot Nev reporting back in for duty. I really hope they all didn't spook, because there were some really good fish here. Come on. Okay, let's go again. There's this flat. You can see that the tide is actually dropping. It's already dropped since I've been out here, so we'll head back over here. You can see it's getting pretty hard to see in the water, especially through this tiny little screen which I've got. Very hard to see. Just gonna keep cruising up. Oh, that's one there, I think. Yeah, there's one. Oh, that is huge. I think that's her, eh? Same kind of area. If we can get her to eat, that's gonna be wild, man. That's really big, eh? We've just spotted another one. This one to me looks bigger. If this thing eats, I'm gonna break the internet, I reckon. Right in front of her. Oh my goodness, she spooked. Too close. Look at her running along the channel. How cool is that? Literally running along the channel edge. She knows something's up. That is like a meter flathead, that one. That's bigger than the other one we had on. Well, third and final drone battery of the morning. I might actually leave that fish there. I know exactly where she is, well, roughly where she is, so I might leave that area for a little bit, go a little bit further up and see if we can find any more. This is wild, eh? Like, just sometimes the fish just don't want to eat. Like, every time I got a lure near her, she moved. So she'd either been caught before or could see the line, or some fish are just built different. Very hard to trick. Third time's a charm. Let's go back over this flat into the shallows. See if there's any more we can find, because pretty clearly that big girl's not going to eat, so we need to try and find another one. Oh, there's two there. Ooh, they look like new ones. I haven't casted these ones yet. Oh, they just started moving. Little male and a female by the looks. These ones will be catchable. I haven't spooked these ones. Oh, that's pretty good. Come on. Yeah, he's seen it. There we go. We got that one. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. On the drone. Drone's pretty much about to go flat. And we've got a hook up. Yes, 3 batteries in. That is awesome. There was 2 of them I spotted. A big girl and a little one. And I think we've got the big girl. Or the bigger one out of the 2 at least. Feels very decent. It's just swimming towards me. Whoa, I didn't think it was that big. Oh, that is so cool. Really have to get this drone down though, so I'm just gonna try get her. Really have to get her in the net. Yep, we got her. Oh, it's another big girl. Wow. Dude, it doesn't want to come near me. Oh, almost dropped it in. Oh man, that was awesome. How cool is it when they just stalk it up like that? What an epic morning fishing. The wild thing is that when I first saw this one on the drone, I thought it was tiny. Like, I actually thought it was small just compared to some of those other ones which we have been seeing, but it's still a really, really nice fish. And I don't know if you guys saw that, it had a little male which was following it pretty much. So it was in a pair and we got the bigger one, the bigger, more aggressive female. Definitely not as big as that one we got earlier, but it's still a cracking fish. Like, you can't complain with a fish like that at all. It is a 72 centimetre fish, so really nice flatty on the drone. Cracking fish. Alright, big girl. See ya. See ya later. Off she cruises. Well, now we're back to the old school way, but I say this a lot to you guys, the old school way is just as good. You don't need a drone to catch big flathead. It's all about being in the right area, just like all the fishing. If you're in the right area, you're in for a shot at some really good fish. Spotting and tracking those flathead, it really is like a video game. I had someone comment that, and it's so true. It's like a video game when you're on the little controller trying to find them. Exactly like trying to find Waldo sometimes. They can be so hard to spot. Super beautiful morning, and look at the bird. But this is my last day fishing in paradise, pretty much. My very last day. So we're gonna get this kayak out. What a morning to send it off though. It is absolutely perfect out here. No wind, just beautiful bluebird morning skies. I'm really keen to get into a little bit of fishing. We've only got a few hours to fish this morning, so we're really going to try and make the most of it. Going to get the drone up, have a look for some big flathead on the flats, and if we can't find any, we're just going to be doing some blind casting, and hopefully we get a big girl to send us off back to Victoria. Well, for my last morning, it is putting on an absolute show. Take a look at that. That is like a still frame right there. That's someone's background saver. That's how good this morning is. It is amazing. Living in the new world with an old soul. Let's select out a lure for this morning's endeavours. First lure we're going to put on is the Maverick, one of the weirdest looking lures you'll ever see, but it's got a really cool little action. We might as well have a bit of fun on our last day here. We'll get the drone up into the sky and see if we can spot some fish. Also got an ultralight combo rigged up in case we see a heap of whiting or brim. But our main target is going to be the humble old flathead. Okay, Pilot Nev reporting in for the morning for the last time in New South Wales. Up we go. First thing we need to do is just take a look at this morning. I mean, you're kidding me. It's as good as a morning could ever be. It's picture perfect. It's just... Bob Ross couldn't have done a better job. Anyway, let's have a look at these sand flats. So you can see we've got some really nice looking sand flats. Heaps of different depth changes and just a really nice looking flat. Okay, so we're cruising over the dry sand and we should run into some water. Here we go. There's some water. So we're just going to lower ourselves around here and start taking a look around. I don't know if that's a flathead or a lie, but it looks suspiciously like a flathead. Slowly looking over these sand flats, we've already seen a whole heap of lies, like a ridiculous amount of flathead lies, which is a really good sign. It means they have been sitting in the area. So let's see if we can find an actual fish. There's one. There's two. Oh my goodness. Two monsters. Oh my goodness. There's three in this frame. There's four in this frame. Oh my goodness. There's one at the top right, there's two in the middle, and then there's one on the left. Oh my goodness, everyone. There's at least four in that one frame. There's the drone. Oh my goodness. I can't cast this lure very far, but we'll give it a crack. Hopefully we can get one of these bad boys to eat, man. That'll be sick. It is crystal clear too. Okay, please work, little lure. Look at this thing. Very interesting surface lure. This could be epic. Oh. Oh my goodness. He's got it. Yeah, we got one. Straight away we got one. Hit it. Oh, he ate it. Oh, that was sick. And it's huge. It is huge. Oh, that was so cool. The other ones are still there. There's still three of the other ones there. Dude, that thing is monstrous. That is awesome. There is still at least two there. Oh, they just moved. Look at that, they just moved. You can see them moving away on the drone, but as soon as that thing landed, it boofed it instantly. And it is an absolute crocodile. Yes. So cool. There were some others there which were like the exact same size as this big girl. That is an absolute giant. I want to try and get her in and see if we can get another one. That was so cool. Oh, we got it. That's a giant. What a crocodile. Oh, and there's one just sitting there. Right there. If we can get two to commit, that's wild. Wow, that lure is gone. Yes. Okay, we got that lure out. That's a beast. That's a beast, and there's more on this flat. Wow. Last day here fishing, and that's how we start the morning. That is epic. We'll let her revive in that net. Oh yes, dude, we got one. That is a monster too. We got to get this drone back in. I don't know where its mates went, but who cares? There we go. Oh, it's a beast. We got it done on this Nomad Maverick. That is really, really cool. This weird subsurface lure. It boofed it as soon as it landed. It landed and just boof. Let's get a look at it, eh? It's a big girl. Oh my goodness. That is an absolute lizard. Another drone eat. Man, I'm so happy. Worked so hard to get these drone eats. So when it finally pays off, it's so cool. So cool. What a giant fish. We're gonna go give her a measurement quickly and then get back out there, see if we can find one of her mates. I was actually casting at the other two, but I didn't quite make the distance, and that one boofed it instantly. Oh wow, look at the lie here. Oh my goodness. Whoo-hoo. Yep, it is a big girl right on the front there, all the way down to 81 and a half centimeters of monster dusky flathead. Yo. Oh, big girl, you've made my day. Thanks so much for playing. What a way to send off our trip with a proper giant like that. Get a full scan of that big girl. She's just sitting there for us. You're free to go. Feel free to go. There she goes. You cannot beat that. Catch you later. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you guys don't know how hard I've worked to try and get another drone eat. This was like my fifth or sixth trip without getting a fish to commit on the drone. I've got plenty off the drone, but Oh, that feels so good. Doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. Let's get it going again. That was epic. I can't believe that. The 4 giant flathead was sitting in the one frame, in the one shot, all around a similar size by the looks of it. Let's give it a go again, eh? Taken off for the second time of the morning. We know for a fact there's at least 3 more giants in the area, so we can find another one and get a cast. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? So I'm actually going to scour over the other side of the flat where we just released that fish. And how cool is that? Look at that jellyfish. That is the biggest jellyfish you'll ever see. Let's get a close up of him. Oh, there's some big mullet or something over there. Some big flathead bait. Wonder where these big girls went, hey? Oh, there's one. He is properly buried in. It's a flathead though. I saw his fins. Hopefully that means he'll ambush something. That something being my lure. That's perfect. He's not interested. Look at that. There's a flatty. Oh, we just moved. He only moved to right there. That was cool though. We just saw his head creeping up and we spooked him. So there's at least 2 more on the flat now. At least 2 more. We spooked a couple. There's one. There's one. We've got one underneath the drone again. All the way up there. Sick. Okay, this is going to be our last attempt at a big girl, I think, before we have to get the drone down. Hopefully she gets it. She looks pretty good too. Perfect cast. One after it. There we go. We got one. Yes. Yes, it wasn't as big as the first one we saw, but there's definitely another one there with her, which we got. Yes. So cool, man. Definitely a good fish. That is awesome. Still a really good fish. So cool. That one still pretty much came up and grabbed it off the surface. Nice. You gotta get that drone down now. Oh, that's so cool. What a morning. Jeez, I almost took myself out. Well, that was cool. That was really cool. Wow, 7:30 in the morning and we've caught 2 fish on the drone. 2 really cool eats too. So cool. Let's get a look at him. Oh yeah, that is a really nice flathead yet again on the drone. Came in and swooped it from that other one, which probably wasn't going to eat anyway. So that is a really nice flathead. Very happy with that one. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, this lure's on fire this morning. On fire, eh? We've ticked off 2 really nice flatties now, a 60 something and an 81 on the new little lure. Last cast. Today I'm going to be fueling a very recent addiction which I've got, and that is drone fishing. We're going to be drone fishing again. Magic. It is just magical out here, and there wasn't another boat in the entire ramp. I was amazed, like how could no one be going out on such a good morning? There's going to be very minimal winds, sunny and 20, and yet there was no one out. But we could have it all to ourselves this morning, and we're doing a very exciting form of fishing. We're going to be doing some drone fishing yet again. Last time I did a bit of drone fishing, I had more fun than I've probably had in a long time chasing fish. We found some massive flathead on the drone, got one to eat, saw a whole heap of other fish, and hopefully this morning we're going to have a little bit more of that luck. perfect conditions for it as well. There's no wind, so we should be able to see a whole heap of life out there on the sand flats. That's if it goes to plan. Things always don't go to plan. We shall see, but at the moment I can't really see. It's very bright. Sunnies. Now, do we get right into drone fishing, or do we wait for it to completely glass off and be perfect? It is a little bit wavy and choppy at the moment, so it's not exactly ideal. I think we'll just cast a few lures around. I've had a lot of people tell me that drone fishing is cheating, so to start off with, we won't cheat. We'll try and get one without the drone and just have a few casts. I'm not gonna lie, I think drone fishing is actually slightly harder than just casting around. You have to multitask with the drone, and also you spook a lot of fish. I think the drone definitely scares them. This one's full of hard bodies. We might start off with this one. This very realistic lure with a little flasher inside. Caught a fair few flatties on this, so I think we'll start off with a big hard body, and we might try out a swim bait or a surface lure once we get one on the board. Lure is on, and this little combo has been treating me really nicely recently. It's caught me a lot of big flatties, and hopefully today it does the same for us. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. Right there's a little wake and waves. They could be mullet flicking around in the shallows, and if there's mullet here, that's a really good sign. Obviously these big flatties are predators, and the mullet is food for them. They eat massive baits, so a big mullet will get engulfed by big flatties. You can see the sand spit which comes right up, so we'll put a few casts all the way into the shallows and just twitch, pause it out. Twitch, pause is just the most effective way to get flatted, especially when using hard bodies. We saw last time how they just stalked it and followed it and really loved the twitch, pause. I'm actually slightly handicapped today. My Mirage drive, which is the pedals which I use on my kayak, are completely buggered. One of the fins doesn't work at all, so we've only got one fin to work with today, moving at turtle's pace, and I think the part is like $700 or something ridiculous, so a little bit of a stinger for the kayak. That doesn't matter, we're going to power through it. It shouldn't really matter when we're targeting flathead. Big cast. I've caught some really nice fish right along this, in this exact spot pretty much before, so it'll be interesting to see if they're here this morning. There we go. Good fish. Right in the same spot as last time. Oh, it's a good fish. Swimming right at me. Doesn't know it's on yet. Oh, good fish. There she is. There's the great first flatty of the morning. Only just on. Oh, there she goes. Doesn't even know she's hooked yet, I don't think. Well, she does now, but swimming at me when we first hooked her. Really nice first fish of the morning, yes. Oh, look at how they shake their head. They shake their head like nothing else. Well, that didn't take too long, and we've already got our first nice flathead of the morning. It's a really nice one. As you can see there, she's not pinned extremely well, so I think we'll get her up to the bank. Whew, the water's a little bit chilly. Not compared to back home though. Going to be very quick. Obviously the health of the fish is the most important thing, so we'll quickly wet this brag mat, get her on there and get her going. She's actually a little bit smaller than what I thought. 62, just a really fat one. It's a beautiful fish. There's a quick little look at her. She's a really nice fish, 62 centimeters, so a beautiful way to start off the morning. Not going to complain with her whatsoever. We'll get her going, get her off and swimming. See you later. Go on. There she goes. Wow. She didn't mess around. Only took about 15-20 minutes of fishing and we've ticked off our first flathead of the morning. A nice 62 centimeter model on this little hard body. So get a few more casts back out in that area. Got a fair bit more of this bank to cover, so hopefully there's some more along it. And I think it's almost time to get the first look up with the drone. It's starting to really glass off along here. Bang, that's pretty much the same spot where we just hooked up. So we'll see if there's another one around. Again, as we saw last time, there can be multiple fish in the one spot. So there could be a bigger one, there could be a few smaller ones, or Could have been a solo. I think the tide's actually just turned and started to come back in, so all of these sandbanks which are around me at the moment, they'll soon go under and the tide will be high. That's when I really like targeting flatties. Time to go for a little bit of a pedal. So this flat has gone really quiet, fished it really thoroughly and didn't get another bite from a flathead. So now I'm going to go for probably a 15-20 minute hike up to the next spot and see if we can find a little bit more life over there. There is a boat there, so that's not a good sign. Okay, spot number 2, we've tucked in behind this little island here and we'll have a few casts right up into the shallows. It's been a little bit of a struggle so far today. We've only ticked off the one 60 centimetre flatty and no other small ones yet, so a little bit of a grind. We're coming up to a really good time in the tide and hopefully this wind backs off so we can get the drone up and have a proper look around. The wind hasn't really let off for us yet, so it's been hard to have a bit of a proper look, but hopefully we get the chance soon. Oh, right there, little one grabbed it. Don't think it's very big. What is that? Is that a brim? No way a brim hit this lure. That has to be the most ambitious brim I have ever seen. He smacked that lure. He actually hit it. You are another little brim. I'm not gonna lie, the conditions aren't as good as the last time I did this, so I'm not as confident, but it's worth a crack. It's very much worth a crack. Drone. Up you go. Hello again. It is me on the drone, and let's take a look again where we've been fishing. We just covered this whole bank. You can see on the left, no luck. There's a few boats out, can see one over on the right there. There's another one tucked around on the left of that island. Let's take a look at the bank where we're going to be fishing. So this is a big overview of it. Actually looks pretty good. It's really shallow at the moment. The tide's still flowing in, but it looks like there's going to be just enough water to have a crack, which is what we want. So we'll go down a bit lower and we'll have a look, scouring the sand flats. So far I haven't seen a single mullet, which can't be a good sign. I'd rather see mullet than nothing. You have to be super duper dialed in because they're so hard to spot. There's one. We found one all the way down there. Right along the shallows actually. Trying to pedal over as fast as I can. We've got 43% battery left on the drone and I've found a flatty sitting right along the shore, right along some snags. I went out deep, went all the way in shallow and finally found one sitting right next to a log, eh? She moved. She's gone. Bummer. That sucks. Didn't get that fish, but we definitely found one. Wow, a lot less activity on the drone that time around. We saw that one big flathead. I swear I got my lure right in front of its face a couple times, but it didn't eat. And we saw a bunch of mullet and some brim, but a lot quieter than the first time we got the drone up. So gonna have a little bit of a break with the drone. Gonna wait for the tide to rise a little bit more, and in the meantime I'm just gonna cast this hard body around. They should be pushing right up into these shallow reaches. Let's head off. Let's go for another move back down to where we started and just cross every finger that there's a flathead sitting on one of those flats. We have a nice, real nice drop off up ahead here, so I'm just gonna cast the hard body along it and make my way down to the next spot I want to fish. You're kidding. First cast. He's swimming towards me. Real nice little drop off, and we've got a fish. There he is. He probably wasn't big enough to get picked up on the drone, but that is this. Oh, another one following him. Is that a whiting following him? Well, that's a good sign. There he is there. He's not bad himself. He's probably a, I don't know, 40 centimetre model, not a giant. So we'll just flick him off there. Well, that was positive. That literally hit the water and pretty much was on. Right on that little drop off there. It's a real good spot for flathead. Could get some real big ones in this type of area. Spot has a lot of potential. I really like this drop off and the current flowing over it. A really nice ambush spot. That's a better one. No, not much bigger, but a few casts later we've found an area which is holding a few flathead. With the small ones around like that, there's got to be big ones. It's just good to get onto a few fish. It's been really tough. Oh, that was almost deadly. There he goes. He's almost as big as the lure, that little fella. That's why when you see fish on the drone, they're typically big, because you're trying to spot them in amongst all the big mullet and all the other fish which are moving around. Another one. That's a little bit better, that. Yep. Shaking his head. That's definitely a bit better. How much better? I don't know. Definitely better. Damn it. Should have left the drone up. That feels very big. Cannot tell though, we're fighting a lot of current and we're also fighting the fish. He's big. He's big. Oh, he's very big. That's a good fish. That is a cracker. That was a monster of a head shake. Hopefully it was a flatty head shake and not a stingray flap. Oh, how's the head shake on that? It's funny how it goes, eh? We just got a couple of small ones in that exact same spot. Wow, it's a monster of a flatty. It is a monster, man. It's huge. Oh, you can just always assume there's going to be a big girl around when you catch small ones. Oh my goodness. How's the head shakes? That is monstrous. Oh, that's got to be high 70s, man. 80 at least. Big head shakes. Try get her in that net. I don't like using nets, but oh, that's big. Come here. Wow, that is huge. Really don't like using nets, but when a fish is that big, I just want to get it. Persistence, persistence, persistence always pays off. It has been a real struggle of a morning. A real struggle, but we've cracked an absolute monster. That thing has got to be 80. Take a look at the head on that. That lure's right down there. Monster flathead, dude. I'm going to try and pedal over this lip here and get off this flat because I'm spooking a fair few more flatheads, so there's more here. Oh, look at how healthy. How healthy is that flathead, dude? That is so sick. Man, it's always so much more rewarding when you have to work for these fish. Like, we've put in a solid 4 or 5 hours today, have barely had more than one fish, and then bang, we go out and crack this lizard. That thing is an absolute crock. I'm so happy with that. We're gonna go give her a measurement. Get brag mat down over here. Hopefully it's not really flat, eh? Very, very hard to measure her, but I just gave her a measure. She went 82, 83. It's very hard to get an accurate reading on the mangroves, but absolute cracking fish. That is an absolute monster. Let's let her go. Obviously, not on the drone, but when you get a fish that big, who really cares? Best part is letting her go, so we'll send her off. She doesn't know she's free yet. Go on, big girl. Oh, yes. Oh, what a fish, man. Swam off over the deep. That makes the entire day worth it. Yes. What a beast. Jumper couldn't be any more wet. That's what we want. Such a rewarding feeling when you persist and finally get one. I was in all sorts. Right. Out we go. Out we go. Back on the water. A very happy person. Man, it's just getting a little bit too windy to get the drone. I really want to get it up, but it's just so hard to see the fish with all those little ripples and waves. You really need a glass calm so you can just spot them easily. I reckon we have only a metre of leader, so don't have a very long leader anymore, but we probably won't be fishing for too much longer. This wind's going to pick up big time, but until then, getting another cast back out. There could be another big girl around. It's a really nice area. Oh, you're kidding. Another one. I don't know how big, but next cast. It's Decent, eh? Straight back in the similar area. In the next cast we got another one. I don't know exactly how big it is, but it's gonna be decent. How cool's that? Right back over there. That's just persistence, man. Again, persistence. We've struggled all day and we've found a patch where there's a few flathead sitting. It's actually a good fish. Like, it's like another 70 probably. That is ridiculous. I didn't think he was that big when he hit it. Alright, how do I deal with this guy? Do I have to get him in the net? I probably do, probably have to get him in the net, but once again, that is a cracking fish. Get him around the other side. We'll just plop him in the net. That's a big fish too, eh? Wow, the next cast. You guys saw that. We just got a cast straight back out there and we've plucked. It's got to be a high mid-60s, high 60s fish. Maybe even 70, I don't know. It's hard to judge a fish which is smaller than an 83 or an 82. So really, really good fish yet again. Won't give her too much stress and she bit me. That hurt. Next cast and we're gonna get another one back out. If we get another big fish on this cast, I don't know what I'll do. I'll freak out. Work it back over this sandy ledge. There's a lot of bait here. There's so many mullet which are in this little cove. So obviously these big flatties are here feeding on the mullet and the whiting and just anything. Oh, surely that wasn't another one. It's just a very good time, I think, for these flatties and nobody's out here. Everyone's gone in because it's getting a bit windy. The wind was predicted to pick up massively and it looks like it's just starting now. So tide's turned, I reckon. Damn, this whole bank looks good. Another one. You're kidding. That didn't take long. Another couple of casts later and we got another solid fish. Don't know how big, but it feels decent. A bit smaller than some of those other ones, but only a handful of casts later. There he is, a little bit smaller model. We've gone from daddy pig to pepper pig. No, daddy pig, mummy pig, and now Pepper. Where you at, George? Right there, I saw him grab that. It's another good one. It's another good one. I saw him come up and eat that, eh? It's another like 50s, probably. Maybe even a bit bigger. Maybe even a bit bigger. Yeah, he's bigger than 50, I think. We've just come across Flathead Kingdom. There he is there, probably another, 50s, mid-50s. Let's get him going. Alrighty, everyone. Well, that is gonna do me. Very, very successful day, considering we were very much hobbled with the broken Mirage drive. We still did really, really well in the end. We caught probably 10 or so flathead all the way up to 82 centimeters, an absolute monster. I'm not quite sure if a morning could get any better than this. It is stunning. It is stunning this morning, and the kayak is all decked out and ready to go. Man, look at this. Good morning, everyone. A little bit of a chaotic start to this morning. I actually planned to be out offshore kayak fishing today, but I got up at 3:45 a.m, drove to the spot, and the park was closed. So I drove all the way back, got the flathead gear, relaunched, and now here we are. So a massive early morning start just to get out here on sunrise, but I'm not complaining because we have been graced with a really, really nice morning. It's amazing today. It's already like 20 degrees. It's going to be 27, and hopefully the flathead are out in full force because that's what we're going to be targeting today. I've got swim baits and surface lures. Those are the main two lures which I want to use to try and catch a flathead. I've never caught a big flathead on surface. I've never caught a big flathead on a swim bait. So today, those are going to be our targets. I think we're going to start off with some surface lures. Obviously it's early morning, so perfect time for a little bit of a surface bite, I think. For some reason I've brought out 3 combos, but I think we're going to be mainly using one. This is the combo which we're going to be using today. It is a 3 to 6 kilo black mamba rod, a 2500 ITX with 15 pound braid, and I think I'm running 30 pound leader. I've been chasing a fair few flatties and I don't like to mess around when I'm chasing trophy fish. So 30 pound leader, flathead do have teeth, they can bite you off, so this setup should be perfect. Shouldn't get bitten off, should be able to deal with the big fish. The goal is just big fish. I'm always targeting big fish. I am a little bit sick, so it's been a big effort this morning, and hopefully I don't get sicker. But these are some of the lures which we're going to be using. We have 3 swim baits which I brought out with me today, and I also have some surface lures, which I think I'm going to start off with, which are in the box. So we'll get those out. Box of lures. These are the lures which I've been using a lot recently for flathead, and most of them are hard bodies. You can see here that we've got some beautiful looking hard body lures, and they've been catching me a lot of fish, but there is one surface lure hiding all the way down there, and there he is, a big bent minnow. That is hopefully going to catch us a big flathead this morning. Going to be using the big bent minnow to start off with. Bent minnows are good for the smaller fish, and I catch a lot of fish using them, but I've never tried a larger profile one like this. Let's get this bad boy on. So we've just got a little clip to make it easy, make life a bit easier. And that's him right there. So you can see it's a bit of a mullety type pattern colour, and hopefully it looks the goods in the water. You can see that we've got a massive little sand spit here. All the birds are parked up on it this morning, but right in this shallower water here is where I'm thinking there's going to be mullet, and hopefully that attracts some big flatheads. So perfect, pushing right up into the shallows, 0.6 of a metre. That's perfect. These big flathead, they push super shallow, and when you're using really shallow diving lures, the shallower you can get away with, the better. So punch that first cast up there. Now the technique is just going to be a few little rod tip twitches like that, and then pausing. You see how erratic that is? It just spins in circles, hops along the surface. Looks really good. Nothing on the first cast. That's to be expected. It's going to keep peppering this zone, slowly drifting up here. Perfect depth. We're fishing the perfect depth for this. There we go. There we go. Man, that was cool. He's not crazy big either, but he still hit it. That's a really good sign, eh? How sick's that? First flathead of the day on surface. My first ever surface flatty. That was really cool. This is a great sign that the small ones hit it, eh? Great sign. Alright, one last look at him. Off he goes. First fish on that big lure. That's a really great sign, because obviously there's one in the area, there could be more, and there definitely could be bigger ones, and we get a big one boofing this thing, I'll be going off. Another cast. Straight back out in that same area. He was really shallow, so I should be targeting a slightly shallower than that, I think, but we'll give it a go. When there's one in the area like this, you pretty much know that there's more. They breed in the shallows, they like to stick together, so there could be some smaller ones with him, or there could be that odd bigger one as well. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's big. That's bigger. There we go. That was sick. Oh, that was so cool. He's a little bit bigger. Not monstrous, but that was so cool. Oh, it's a fair bit bigger. Man, that was sick. Man, that was very cool. How was the little, when you're slurping it off the surface? That is a really nice one. Damn, it's hard to imagine. Like, imagine like a metre fish slurping it off the surface. Like, even this guy made a big boof, but damn, that is epic. What a heap of fun this is going to be. Second fish of the morning. Really nice flatty. Sorry, Mr. Flatty. I do really appreciate you and your food. Oh, I took a seasickness tablet this morning and I am feeling it. I never like having seasickness tablets in general, but it's a bit weird having the effects of one while you're flathead fishing. I reckon there was more in that area. I don't really know where I was though. Oh, another one. That's a better one. Oh, big jump. The next cast. That's really cool. He's about the same size by the looks of it. We saw him completely airborne. So still a really nice fish. A really nice little fish. Yeah, he's about the same size. Wow. Wasn't really expecting results that quick. He's gonna go nuts on the kayak. Okay, lures out. Next cast, another cracking little flatty on the surface. What? Here's a really nice flathead. Look at that. That's another one which is probably over that 50 mark, definitely in the 50s. That is a really nice fish. Could even be like mid to high 50s, I reckon, that one. So next cast, literally the next cast after we just caught that last one. There must be a few around on this flat and they're enjoying the surface lure. Oh, damn it. Look at that. Just spooked a good one, man. It's been a good little start to the morning, but it's time to get Pilot Nev on the scene. So we have 3 drone batteries, 3 opportunities to try and find a flathead with the drone, and also just see what's around. With this thing, we'll be able to see if there's any mullet, any whiting, just will give us a good idea of what's going on. Let's get him up in the air. And up it goes. Let's go have a little look at exactly what we've been fishing today, so you can see just how good of a day it is. It is beautiful. Beautiful, 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 and you can see that sand flat to the left there. That's where we were fishing earlier, and we caught a couple of nice little flatties. Pristine and beautiful, every direction you look. Really, really nice day. So there I am, you can see the ground which we've just fished. Really, really nice bank, but no flatties on it. So we're going to go for a little bit of a look now with the drone. I'm just going to go about 10-15 meters off the ground and just scour the sand flats. And look at that. I'm guessing that's a big school of mullet. So that is the bait which these big flatties will be feeding on. We'll have a look around this area because quite often the big flatty will be near them. Look at them all. There's just dozens and dozens and dozens of them. And that's the exact reason why these big flathead push into the shallows. Is that one there? Oh, look at that. Oh no, I just spooked it. There's one. Where's the drone? Oh, she's burying herself, see that? Right under that drone right now. She's literally buried in there. Don't know exactly where she is, eh? You can see pretty clearly where they've been lying. That's a lie right there. There's one. There's one right there. Don't know if you guys can see that. We got a flatty right on the drone. I'm gonna try punch this lure in there. It's not interested. Oh, there's 2 of them. They spooked. I didn't realise there was 2 of them. Bloody spooked them. Oh, pretty big too. How wild's that? There's another one. Look at that. Let's see if this one will eat. It's almost like they can hear it or something. They get spooked by it. Oh, he's still there. He's still just sitting there. Oh, he grabbed it. Oh my goodness, he got it. That is so cool. He grabbed it. Oh, how cool's that? Tell me I'm filming that. I gotta get that drone down, man. Oh my goodness. That was sick. We got to hook up on the drone. It's a good fish too. Oh, that is epic. That is epic. We got a nice flatty by using the drone. He just came up and engulfed it. How cool's that, man? Really nice flatty too. Really good one. Oh, so sick. Full drone hookup. Have a look at it. It is a nice fish too. Oh, that is epic. We got to get him in the net quick and get that drone down. Really got to try get him in the net. Come here, mate. Oh, he got off. No, he got off. Oh, how cool was that though? Didn't give her any stress, but that was sick. That was like an 80 probably. High 70s, 80. Got to get that drone down. That was wild. It was actually a lot bigger than what I thought, that fish. How cool was that? Sight casted and found a flatty and got her. We pretty much got her, eh? Like, we didn't give her any stress in the net or anything. Honestly, an ideal situation. So it got off. We got the eat on camera. That was sick. That was sick. I've been wanting to do that. Oh, we're gonna get another battery in and do it again, I reckon. Try to do it again. It's an addictive eat. See if we can find another one. Is that a fish or? Oh, that's a fish, I think. Yep, I think that's one right there. That looks huge. Holy crap, that looks huge if that's an actual fish. Oh, I think there's one chasing it. Oh, it ate it. There's one after it. There's another one after it. Yep, she's spooked. Bummer, we had another one come and eat it as well. She knew something was going on. Well, I think that's going to be our shot on the drone flatty for now. We might try again later on, but we'll give it a little bit of a rest. I've definitely peppered this whole area though and spooked any of the big fish, so I'm going to have to go for a move, but that was really fun, man. We got 2 eats on camera on the drone. One of them big hookup. Just didn't land him, but we got pretty good. We fought him for ages. Pretty much had him beat, so that was just sick. Really cool. If you guys want to see more of that, let me know. That was a solid 80 centimeter fish which I had on as well. It was a good one. It was a good one. It's so hard to tell how big they are. Like, I didn't think he was big. I was like, he might just be a 50s or a 60s, but when you spot them on the drone, they're big. They're big. We have another sand flat just a little bit up ahead of us here, and this will probably be the last one which we fully fish, so let's fingers crossed. We've had a few shots though. I'm still stoked on that drone eat. I really hope I got it. I think I did. That's a good fish. There we go. Yep. Great fish. Yes, I can see him there. He's a good one. Very good one. Look at that. Powering off. Yep. Big. Wow. In the real shallow stuff, that one. Look how shallow I am. I'm literally in 0.4 of a meter. Just moved spots yet again and we've hooked up to a proper one. Oh, I felt the clunk. The clunk. The clunk is how you know you've got a good flatty on. That is epic. Oh. Oh my goodness. Gotta keep its head low. Man, that would have been a cool drone eat. How's that? Oh, let's get a look at her. There she is there. I can see the big shadow. The very big shadow. Let's see if we can get her up. She's actually stuck to the bottom right now. Look, she's stuck herself. There she goes. Yeah. Proper one. Very much a proper one. Oh, this is so cool. So cool. It's just amazing how shallow these monsters go. Like, such shallow water. Oh, doesn't like the look of me. I love the look of it though. Good fish. Maybe even jump out of the kayak and walk to shore. Oh, what a pretty one too. Look at the colours on that one. Oh, look at it, man. That is a massive flatty. There she is. We'll try and get her up on the bank. Should be able to get her up right here. Big and, oh, no, didn't like that. Only just on, eh? Big and beautiful, wow. Look how pretty that one is, man. Look at the colors. That's a big flatty. Happy with that. Only just pinned. It's not even really on, man. No. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. We knew she could come off. I could probably grab her if I wanted. Should I try grab her? She's probably high 70s, maybe 80. Again, like, it doesn't really matter. We don't have to give her any stress. What a fish. Put up a great fight too. I mean, we landed her. We could have grabbed her if we wanted, but that gives the fish minimal stress. We might go check out this crab pot before we get back out there. Interesting spot for a pot, eh? There'll be nothing in that. There's nothing in that heap of junk. We'll keep going. You can see we've got a massive, pretty much bowl, really shallow bowl to work with, and there definitely could be some more flatties around. It looks like a really, really good area to me. So it's warm, it's a little bit windy, it's a very, very flatheady day. He's a nice little one. Alright, I reckon I'm gonna start heading back in. My Mirage drive is completely cooked. I would move around a little bit more and keep fishing, but I just can't really pedal around, so I'm gonna head in. Good morning everyone, and welcome to another one of my fishing adventures. It is bright and early this morning. It has just hit 6 o'clock. The sun is on the way up as we speak, and we have a big day planned. Once again, I'm going to be doing a little bit of drone fishing today, but I've also brought out the light tackle combo. So we might try throw around some smaller lures later on to try and tick off some whiting and some brim. But first of all, this morning, we're going to get exciting. Take a look at the size of this soft plastic, which I've rigged up and is ready to go for flathead. It's actually an 8-inch Z-Man, which I've pretty much custom rigged myself. Obviously, we've got a weedless hook on the top, and I've also attached a little stinger, a treble down the bottom, to hopefully increase our hookup rate. So this thing should be super, super shallow. We should be able to twitch this really nicely over the sand flats, and hopefully we'll be able to get a bite using it. I've got a pink one, which is down here, and I've also got the white one, which we have tied on. So a few different options. I really want to try this out because I've never done it before, and I love trying out new things. Big plastics over the sand flats could be really, really cool. Well, in my opinion, there's no better time to get the drone up than now. So we're going to fire this bad boy up, get it up in the air, and try and locate some flathead. It's such an amazing way to fish and try and find these big girls, just cruising along the sand flats with the drone and trying to spot them. Really cool, really challenging, but when it happens, it's super rewarding. So I'm going to set that up. Okay, pilot Nev, reporting for duty. Man, how nice does that sunrise look with the clouds and that sandbank down there as well? That's what we call a really, really nice morning. There is a little bit of wind about, a little bit of cloud cover, but we're going to try and make it work this morning. We've got a fair big time period to fish today. We've pretty much got half of the day to fish straight, so hopefully we can find some fish during that. But let's take a look at where I am. So you can already see the sandbank, which I've kind of located, and look at me, I'm sitting right along it. Probably not the smartest of me to do, but we're going to keep looking. Probably need to go out a little bit deeper. You can see the coloration change on the image of the drone, which is obviously means there's deeper water there. So I'm just going to scour along the deeper water. Well, not the deeper water, but right where the shallow water meets slightly deeper water. And that's where we're going to look. That's huge. It looks like one right underneath that drone. And we've got the big jerk shad rigged up. Big plastic. Ooh, this could be exciting. We found our first one. Okay, should be able to get one here. Perfect. Oh, that lure looks good. Don't worry guys, we are going to be using the plastic, but when we have an opportunity at a giant like that, you want to really try everything. Don't hit my drone. Oh, my duck. The duck almost hit the drone. Okay. Oh, little one grabbed it. A smaller one grabbed that. We got one on the drone though. That's so cool. There's a big one following it. Or is that the one we got? I don't know which one we got. Did we hook the big one? Nah. We got a smaller one and the bigger one followed it. He's a nice little fish. He's a really nice little first fish of the day. A little male, which is surrounding that big female, which is underneath the drone. Sorry, little buddy. Keeping a feed of flatties today, so he's number one. I think that big flathead's still there. We've got 50% left, so we've got to get over there quickly. Man, that thing is a dinosaur. That has to be over 80 minimum. Minimum 80, I reckon that thing is. It looks monstrous. We'll actually put some scent on the plastic. This might do it. Put a bit of scent on there so she can smell it. Think that it's a bait fish. How good it looks. Seriously, one of the biggest flathead I've ever seen. Well, she's not hitting the lure. That's enough of the drone for early up this morning. We're just going to do a little bit of blind casting because obviously we didn't crack a real good one. It's rigged up perfectly, I reckon. Look at that, look how slowly that is perfect. That looks insane. You can fish it shallow, can fish it deep. I think I've got the mojo with this lure. There we go. Yep, we definitely have the mojo. It's a good little fish. Oh, how cool is that? On the really big plastic. And it's actually not a monster either, so goes to show you that little fish do hit big lures. The treble hook got him. That's why I use a treble. Wow, the first good flatty on my little DIY rigged plastic. That is why you always blind cast. Some flathead are just buried in so well that you just can't spot them realistically. The drone's good for content, but if you want to catch fish, it's tough. Treble hook pinned him very nicely. There we go. Bang. My little DIY plastic rig has already smacked a good flatty. On the big plastic, we'll take that and we'll get back over there and keep casting. It's good to see that we actually got a hook up as well. We didn't just get a hit, but the hook stuck, so the hook placement is decent, at least for that one fish. The good thing about this lure is that I can also fish the deeper water, so I just pegged the cast out into the deep stuff and I'm just slowly twitching it along the bottom. Definitely a good way to pick up some real big flatties. Hoping we didn't spook them all because we spooked two really big ones obviously. One of them was enormously big, but there could be some more in the area which we haven't yet spooked or seen. Alright, spot number 2. We've still got the really big jerk shad rigged up. Pretty sure it's actually an 8-inch plastic, so it's very, very large. I keep on covering water. This is the new bank, so we've got a nice little sand spit up ahead here. Tide's running in, so hopefully there's some flathead right there. Yep, first cast. It's a good fish too. Really good fish. First cast. Oh, that is really big. Oh my goodness. First cast. Oh, that's really big. Wow, I didn't think it would happen that quick. I was just saying, hopefully there's some big flathead ambushing stuff on this flat. And first cast. First cast here we've hooked up. There's a couple other people around, so I'm not going to be able to hide the fact that I've got this fish on. That is an absolute beast of a flathead. When they're this big, you just want to get them in the net. Oh, it's really big. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Oh, that is a croc. That is an absolute crocodile. The treble hook wasn't actually in her at all. It was just the weedless hook which pinned her, which is good. Okay, hooks are out, that's good. Whew, it's a big girl. I reckon we'll get a look at her. Wow, we struggled on the drone. Really struggled on the drone, but not blind casting. Okay. What an absolute mammoth of a flatty. That is a beast. Absolute beast. It's got to be over that 80 mark, I reckon, or at least close to it. First cast on this new bank, and we've cracked a good one. What a fish. Awesome fish. Man, what a beast. Very close to 80. 78 centimeters. What a big girl. All right, thanks for playing, big girl. See you later. She's cruising off, she's fine. That was fun. I'm so happy that it actually worked. I was rigging this little lure up yesterday, throwing it around in the lake. I made about 7 different versions of it to finally get the one which swims like this. It swims really well, sits really nice in the water, and it's caught us a really good fish, so I'm very happy. Still got a lot of water to cover on this bank as well. That was our first cast. Just keep twitching it along. All I'm doing is pretty much like a twitch pause method. I might give it 1, 2, 3 and then let it sit, or I might just give it 1, 2 and then let it sit, but he didn't mess around. Really cool. It swims so nice. Another good thing about it is that since it's a plastic, you can also put a little bit of scent on there if you want. So put a little bit of scent to give it a bit of extra attractant. Keep covering water. Really nice bank here. Very happy with where we are fishing. There we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yep. Right in the shallow stuff there. They've pushed up there for the high tide, and that's where you can expect to get a lot of the big flatties on the high, right in the shallows. Oh, here's another big one. Another very big one, all the way up there. Wow. This little plastic which we've rigged up is working an absolute treat. Where's the plastic gone? My plastic's all the way over there. He shook my plastic off. Really nice. I'm actually thinking about just trying to get him off in the water, just to give it as little stress as I can. Cheeky bugger ripped my plastic off somehow. Oh, there she goes. Right there. Probably another, where is she? She's sitting on the bottom underneath the kayak, but it's another 65, 70 centimeter fish. There she goes. Cracking fish yet again on the DIY plastic rig. Very cool. It's getting very busy. Very busy. Got a boat flying through there. Another boat over there. There we go. I thought I saw something come over and grab that. A little one. Very little one. Damn, I'm surprised he even hit it. There he goes. Tiny little one hit this. Crazy, eh? There we go. Off the surface, kind of. He hit that off the surface. Very good little flatty. Once again on that treble. Today we have a very good one in store. We're going to be getting the drone up in the sky yet again and trying to track down some of these monster dusky flathead. But I've also got a little bit of a twist. I've brought out my ultralight combo with me. So what I'm thinking about doing is scouring the sand flats and trying to find some schools of whiting or brim, and also using the drone to try and track down those. That's a little bit of the game plan. Could be some really cool stuff coming today. So we're just gonna pedal over to this sand flat, get the drone up in the air straight away this morning and have a little bit of a look around. Now, I'd be flat out lying if I said that the conditions were ideal this morning. They're definitely not. We've got a fair bit of wind around, which is going to make it really, really hard to see these fish on the drone. But I'll tell you what, we're going to give it a red hot crack. We've got some big surface lures, some big hard body lures, which we're going to cast underneath the drone to try and get an eat. Should be a bit of fun. One thing it is this morning is very bright. The sun just hits different up here, I reckon. I mean, why not? The wind's going to pick up today, so if we get a chance to get the drone up right now, that'll be absolutely perfect. Let's get this bad boy all set up. You ready for this morning's mission, little mate? No eagles this morning, thank you. Eagles are a drone's worst nightmare. They're absolute buggers, but this is a little look at the combo we've got going on this morning. We've got a big hard body lure rigged up and ready to throw into that drone. Come on, fishers.
The home point has been updated.
The home point has been up. Please check it on the map. Up I go. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at this morning. It's actually very, very decent. Better than what I thought it was going to be. That sun is beaming down on these sand flats, and that's exactly where we're going to be fishing, down on these sand flats. You can start to see them right there. It's definitely a little bit ripply, which is going to make this a little bit hard, but it looks like it's going to work. So there's me. I'm going to start pedaling towards the area which I have in mind, and we'll just fly the drone up ahead of us and get a little scout out initially. We should come over a deep or a real steep drop off here, which goes into the shallows. There it is. Really, really shallow water there. Get a bit closer. Oh, that's a stingray. We'll say good morning to the stingray. Oh, there's many stingrays. Look at him mooching around. Getting a feed on the flats. He's probably picking up all the crabs and all the little crustaceans which are on the seafloor. Well, we've had the drone up for about 30 seconds. We're already starting to see some life, and if there's some big stingrays which are around, it's definitely deep enough for a big flathead as well. Oh, big schools of fish. That is what these flathead are after. If there's schools of fish like this around, I've got no doubt we're going to find a flathead. Look at that. Whiting and mullet. Oh, that's ideal. We need to look really closely. For sure could be a flathead lurking around these fish. Even if we don't see a flathead, it's just cool to see how much life is around. Like, look at that. Oh, that's one there, I think. I think there's one right next to that log. It's a bit hard to tell, but if it's deep enough for that stingray, which is there as well, it's definitely deep enough for flatty. I reckon we'll have a cast of that. Even if it's not a flathead, we'll just get the rust off, get a cast out over that. I doubt that's a flathead, eh? Idiot. Of course you'd do that, Nev. Well done, champion. Who's been waiting for that to happen? Yeah, keep looking around. That wasn't a flathead. Good job, Nev. Wasting time. Surely there's got to be one around those mullet, even if I just get a cast in there. It's been really hard to spot, man. Oh my goodness. We've found a flathead. That is a flathead for sure. Wow, we found about 100,000 stingrays before we found the first flathead, but it's right under that drone there. And I'll tell you what, it looks pretty big. Obviously the first piece of the puzzle is just finding them, the second is getting them to hit and commit to the lure. Sitting very shallow, that girl. This one's a right off. She doesn't care. No care in the world. There's one right underneath that drone. You gotta get this drone down. 100% a flatty on this flat though. We found one. Getting him to eat is literally the majority of the battle. We found a good one just then, but didn't eat. Let's go up again. So many mullet. There could even just be a flathead in those, eh? Good cast, if that fish is still there. Come on. It was right there. Bloody lures keeps getting tangled up. Last 3 casts I've had lure tangled. Oh, my bib's broken. The bib's completely snapped off on this lure. That's why there's no interest. Man, I was wondering what was going on, but the bib was snapped off that lure. Well, we've figured out that there's definitely fish here, but they're a little bit switched on or just not feeding this morning. Very hard to get to eat. So what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of blind casting, have a little bit of a break from the drone, and I reckon we'll actually get one doing that. A little bit of a change in lures again. I'm going to switch over to a surface bent minnow, so hopefully we can get a big topwater explosion or something really cool like that. So this should get a reaction bite if there's any big flathead which are hungry. Yeah, there's one out over there somewhere. Whoa, right here. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, that's why we surface blind cast. Oh, look at him, he's swimming straight at me. It's a good fish too. That is a great fish. How cool was that? That was epic. Really nice fish. Well, that's what happens when you blind cast. People say that the drone is like cheating and makes it really easy to get them. It certainly does not. We'll get her in the net. Oh, that's not good. Very interesting net job, Nev. Very interesting. What an idiot. Bit of an awful little hookup for her, but that's a cracker of a flathead. Really nice first fish of the morning. We've seen a few, haven't been able to get a couple to commit on the drone, but how was that eat? We will take that eat. That was absolutely awesome. Probably a high 60, I'm guessing 70. She's got to be 70, so we'll let her go. See you, big girl. Off she cruises. Awesome. Really nice first fish of the morning, and there's definitely a few more there. We saw some on the drone which were a little bit bigger than her, but since she ate, they all might spook. We will see. Great way to start off the morning. All right, I'm just rigging up the ultralight rod, and we're gonna get out some surface lures. Well, you can see we've arrived at an entirely new bank right here. So I'm gonna get the drone up initially, have a look around, see if we can find some big flathead or even some smaller fish, some whiting and some brim to cast at. Let's get this one up again. Alright, entirely new spot, and you can see that there's actually a little island to the left. You can start to see that that's actually an island there. So that could be a really good spot to look for some flathead. On the outskirts of that island, we can see a big sandbank there as well, so that's really good. Stretches all the way out here actually, so we'll start having a look along this sandbank. And we'll see if we can spot any flathead, any whiting. As we said, we're just looking for anything to catch. We'll go down right on this spot here. It looks like a beautiful spot for an ambush predator like a flathead. There's actually a bunch of smaller fish following that stingray. I wonder if they're whiting or mullet. Alright, some little fish underneath the drone. They look like whiting or something, so we'll get a cast out. Oh, fish. Wasn't on the drone though. We got a little fish. It's got to be a little whiting, I reckon. Very cool. I think it is a little whiting. Oh, it's a brim. Tiny little brim. We'll get the drone hovering over that area and have another little cast there. See if there's any more. Oh. I wonder if you guys can see what's going on here. I have heaps of little fish following it, I think. There we go, another good fish. Hopefully we got that on the drone. Is that another little brim, I think? It is. There's a bunch of little brimbos there. Wonder if there's any whiting or if they're just brim, but still, hopefully we're getting a bit of this action on the drone as well. I'm just slowly hopping that lure right across the surface and they're coming up to it and smacking it. Oh, that was a whiting, I think. Oh, that was close. Well, that was pretty cool. Hopefully we got a little bit of that action on the drone. That's really hard to do. I caught 2 brim while we had the drone up in the air then, and hopefully we saw a little bit of the action, or at least the action of the lure, because that would have been pretty cool as well. I'm out of drone batteries for the moment though now. Cast it back over that same area. Right up here is where we got those last couple fish. Oh, that's a good fish. That was really cool. It's a whiting. We did get a whiting. Yes. A whiting on a little walk the dog lure. I don't actually think he's properly hooked, he just swiped at it. That's really cool. First whiting on a little popper. That did not take long at all. Really, really cool. How's that? The first whiting on one of these little surface lures. Super cool fish. He just destroyed that off the top as well. He's not a monster, but look at it. That'll be a cool, bet you he tastes good too. See you, mate. You can probably see this morning that we are absolutely surrounded by mangroves. So my plan for the day is to use some really little lures and fish them in amongst the mangroves for giant fish. So first of all, we have to make a big pedal up to the spot which I have in mind where we're going to start. So let's do that first and then we'll get into it. Made our way up to the first area which I have in mind. Beautiful little mangrove ledge / wall. And what we're going to do is actually throw this tiny little surface lure in there first of all. This is actually a Nomad Maverick, I think it is. So we're going to cast that up along the mangroves and see if we can get a topwater eat to start off the day. Right up in there. Let's see, just going to slowly hop that along the surface. You can kind of work it as a popper or you can walk the dog. So those are going to be the 2 methods. See if there's any fish lurking around this ledge. Just going to slowly make our way along it, try a few different spots, hopefully find one which is holding fish. There's a fish on it. Second cast of the morning, we just had a swirl. Yep. We got one. Wow, that was second cast of the morning and we hooked up. That didn't take too long at all. Really, really good sign to start off the day. That is a very nice fish too. It's a beautiful little estuary perch by the looks of it. Awesome, man. That was like first cast right up on that bank. Well, second cast, almost first. Maybe we should get the drone up. How cool are these fish? An amazing little estuary perch. We're just going to send him off. Off he goes. Damn, I didn't think it was going to happen that quick, but since it did, I reckon it's the perfect opportunity to get the drone up in the air and give it a crack. See if we can get an eat on the drone. Super, super cool. When the perch are around in big numbers, you can see the whole schools of fish following the lure. I've had it in the past, and if there's a few around, we could have it again today. Calibration successful, yes. Pretty sure we are good to go now. That is awesome, man. That took ages, but calibration was successful. We should be able to get this drone up in the air, and I'm fairly confident that they're going to be there to eat. It's going to be so sick if we can get some surface eats on the drone. Make sure that lens is clean. Looks pretty good to me. Get that bad boy up in the air. I am not going to mess around this morning. We are going to get straight over to that beautiful little mangrove ledge, which you can see in front of me. Damn, look at that shot. That is epic. You can see the mangroves there. You can also see the weed bed and the sand. So we've got 3 different layers of cover, 3 different hunting grounds for these fish. Perfect area for them to hunt. And hopefully there's some over there. We've already caught 2 for the morning. Now we can get one on the drone. That's going to make it complete. Whew, this is exciting. The drone is way up there. We've got the surface lure, which we've caught the last 2 on, and we're going to cast it right back up into that same spot. If we can get an eat doing this, it should be epic. Right up there. Didn't really get close enough there, but you never know. We'll see. Oh, that's a good cast. That is as good as a cast's going to get. Oh, there we go. We got one. Got one on that drone. Yes. That was sick. How cool was that? We got that perfect cast right underneath that drone and we got him. It's a nice little perch, I think. Pretty sure it's going to be a perch. He's a nice one, man. How's that? Awesome. He's wedged that lure in his mouth. Don't even know if he's hooked actually. Man, how cool is that? He's probably the smallest of the day, but that is a surface drone eat with this little hard body lure on a quality perch. We're just going to get him straight off. See you, buddy. For me, this is about as good as it gets, fishing tiny little lures right along that ledge there with the drone above. Just got a nice surface eat on the last cast. See if we can do it again. Right in the same spot. Estuary perch can be school fish, so there could be more in that area. Give that lure a few twitches, let it sit, a couple twitches. Always really curious if we could have seen those fish following it or seen how they reacted to the lure. It's super cool. Very unique as well. Twitch, 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 and let it sit. Another one. That was awesome. The next cast, and we've hooked up to another good perch in the same spot pretty much. Definitely feels a little bit bigger. Awesome stuff. There he is there, coming in with that lure. How cool is it when they decide to commit and eat that lure? They don't mess around. Big buffs for a little fish. That is a very solid little fish. And I'll tell you what, I actually don't think we've missed a hookup so far this morning. Changed over these hooks to brand new little BKK trebles and they are killing it. Awesome fish. See ya, buddy. And that's what you do when you catch a beautiful quality estuary perch like that. Always release them. Never keep those buggers. I think I've only ever kept one in my whole time fishing. And this lure is on fire as well. It's got a nice green finish. Looks exactly like a bait fish. And we're going to get another cast straight underneath that drone. That is 2 and 2 casts right along that little ledge. Going to go straight back in. Twitch, twitch, let it sit. So curious to see if we can actually spot these fish following it. Twitch, 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 pause. They're super aggressive when they eat it too. An amazing eat. Little bubbles. Twitch that lure to get the bubbles going. Work it slowly. If there's a fish following it, it should hit it on the pause there. Maybe not one on this cast. Oh, there's one on it. There is one on it. We can get one more cast in there and then we're going to have to change the drone battery. It's a good one. Oh, they're on it. There we go. Got one. He just sipped that off the surface. Beautiful, man. That's another one on the drone. Drone's running out of battery. Gonna have to get him in the net, get that drone down. Gotcha. Well, it's another beautiful little estuary perch, probably up around that 35-40 mark once again. Cracking little fish, and we'll just send him off. See you, mate. I'm actually watching back some of this footage now, and I'm just realising how cool this actually was. So I thought I'd get a few clips together and we can run through some of the interesting fish behaviours together. At the time, I thought most of the fish I was seeing were mullet. They're not. They're all estuary perch, which was our target species. In this first clip, you can see a whole school chasing the lure. I've found that when there's multiple fish interested on the lure, they usually get competitive and you're almost always guaranteed a bite. You can see a couple of fish really interested in the lure and a few others following close. Whereas on this cast, you see the complete opposite. This whole school was shut down. As soon as the lure landed, they all spooked and swam away to the deeper water. In my opinion, this is a good example of those really, really quiet days where the fish are shut down. I imagine that this is exactly what happens. The fish are there, they're just not eating or hungry. Most of the fish I were targeting were in the really, really shallow water. But in this clip, you can see completely different schools of fish sitting out deeper over the drop-off. So the fish were in the shallows and they were also stacked up in the deep as well. And for me, these last couple clips are most interesting. Here's an example of schooling and most likely spawning estuary perch. They're tightly grouped, and as you can see, a lot of them have their tails up in the air and have their heads down. Really, really weird movement, but you can actually see there's a couple of monsters in the mix there. That middle one is an absolute giant. So we're going to cut back to the main video now, but just keep an eye out for some of these things which are going on, because in my opinion, it's really, really interesting stuff. Okay. New drone battery. Get that bad boy in. Okay, let's take off again. Up we go. I've just moved the drone over to a new spot and there is a whole heap of fish sitting right along there. Looks like a whole school of them. Oh, that's perfect. Right up along that mangrove there. Let's see if there's anything there. It's a good cast. Any fish? Get another cast in there. I can definitely see a whole heap of life pushed up in those mangroves. I'm not sure if they're the fish we're targeting, but there's definitely a lot of stuff moving around. I'll zoom in on it for you guys and you'll be able to see it. Oh, there we go. That was a good eat. Wow. Back over to where we roughly caught those first ones. Straight away on the surface. It's an awesome little eat. There he is there. There he goes. Just got him off over the side. We'll get another cast in. Straight back in. Right along that ledge again. See if there's any more. They're really liking the twitch and then the paws. Seem to be hitting it on the paws a fair bit. There he is, another one. Oh, still on it. There he goes. He got it again. Next cast, we got another one. Another cracker too. Good fun. Oh, there he goes. See if we can go 3 for 3, eh? Definitely seems to be a couple over there. It's right along that ledge too. Right up there, perfect cast. Twitch, twitch, pause, let it sit. There we go, got one. Nice, right up along there. That would have been a sick take as well. Perfectly along the mangroves and in the drone. Awesome little fish. Nice, very, very good little fish. Oh, there he goes, splashed me in the face. This has been a crazy, crazy little session. Feeding frenzy right up in the mangroves. There's a lot of fish up there. Be cool if we can pluck a couple of bigger ones now. We've caught a fair few, so one bigger one would make the day. There's one on it. Wow, right there he grabbed that. That was sick. That was really cool. Grabbed that right next to the kayak. Oh, he's a better one too. Much, much better perch. Yes, just said we wanted a bigger one, and the next cast, we've got a bigger one. Take a look at that. Quality, beautiful estuary perch. He'd be into the 40s, that one. An amazing little fish. Nice. Send him straight back. Leave him out of the water for a minimal time. Alright everyone, the wind has now picked up big time, and that is going to be my day done. Still really, really cool in the end. We caught a whole heap of estuary perch and a few with the drone overhead. I really hope that the footage turned out good, and I also hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.